Good morning, fellow truth seekers. I got to tell you, it's a beautiful day in Cancun, Mexico, and it's a beautiful Sabbath day.
That's right.
And it's also a special day because it's my wife Alosha's birthday. So we're celebrating, but we're also in our devotion today a very, very moving example of Jesus and God's love for us. So we want to share that with you. So first of all, it was on the crucifixion, but let's back up all the way to the beginning for a minute. Adam and Eve were created with both worlds, the physical world and the spiritual world, connected. All right. But then, when they decided to listen to Satan, and of course, Adam decided to listen to Eve, they both
Disobeyed God.
and separated the spiritual world from the physical world. And up until then, they didn't even know they were naked.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine being naked and not knowing you're naked?
Well, because they were covered with light.
Exactly. So then, they became more exposed. All right, we'll just say it that way. So with that, God had to come up with a plan to reconnect both the physical and the spiritual world.
Yeah.
Therefore, Jesus goes, I'll do it. I'll become that second Adam. I'll reconnect now sinful flesh with the spiritual world. So Jesus then had to take on physical flesh, sinful flesh. I mean, this flesh that we struggle with every day. Now, fast forward till Jesus is praying in the Gethsemane, in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he goes, Father, if it's possible, while he's sweating blood, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Because that's his flesh going, I can't do this.
Yeah, flesh is freaking out, yeah.
Let me tell you what, I don't blame him.
Yeah, me either.
And now, I want to stop right there for a minute and ask you, fellow truth seekers, how do you think God responds? The Father, who's one with the Son, one, uno, forever. And Jesus says, from before the foundation of the world, we were together as one. But a change, because he has a sinful flesh, and so he asks God, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Can you imagine the anguish of the Father going, yeah, come on, come back up, son. That struggle. Now, because God is sinless, his love prevails. His love prevails. And in his love, he lets Jesus go through that troublesome time, that where he feels forsaken from his Father. That's his love for you and I. That's the Father's love for you and I. He'll let his Son die on the cross for you and I. Now, you might say, I didn't ask him. You know, that's what we see all the time. Somebody tries to do something for somebody else and they go, I didn't ask you to do that. So are we going to pull that on Jesus? Hey, I didn't ask you to die on the cross for me. If he hadn't of, you would burn in hell. Just bottom line. If you think Jesus didn't need to do that for you, then sorry, but you are not part of his family and his kingdom. And that is not his desire. His desire is for each one of you to be grateful, to accept that gift. So Jesus goes and he's on the cross and he goes, and this is what's interesting. And Jesus goes, Father, forgive them.
Yeah.
Father, forgive them. as much beauty and as much wonder as we have in this world, and sin and troubles, Jesus came in sinful flesh and suffered through all of this anguish, sweat, blood. I don't know about you, but I have sweat, but I have not sweat blood. So he went through all of this, and then when he's dying on the cross, what does he say? Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing. So today, whether you're in Cancun and celebrating some beautiful parts of nature, or you're in the middle of a city with the smoke and the pollution of that city, we must realize God died for us. In fact, while we were yet sinners, he died for us. So today, fellow truth seekers, remember, let's celebrate Jesus' sacrifice and his life, and also the love of the Father. Thank you and have a blessed day.